So gratitude, friend or foe? Does it make you smile? Does it make you frown? So some people really embrace gratitude. I'm sure we all know what gratitude means, but everybody has kind of a different take on the importance of gratitude or where it belongs in your life. This became very apparent to me after I did a video a couple of weeks ago, about feeling grateful when I got ill. And I wasn't grateful, of course, I explained in the video, I wasn't grateful because I got ill. I was grateful for other things in my life that I realized were important in the face of being ill. Well, a while after I was ill, I actually had a conversation with a lady that lives in my community. She hadn't seen my video, so it wasn't about that, but we were talking. In the course of talking to her, I told her, oh, I was really grateful even when I got sick that such and such and such and such happened, or that I appreciated such and such. And she said to me, well, I don't understand. Why would you feel grateful that you got sick? So I think she missed the point. So I'm doing this video today for any of you out there that maybe do have a question about that, because I think that is a normal way to think in some ways. To think, why would you feel grateful if you go through a horrible time in your life, or you have cancer or something like that, okay? So we're going to explore that today. Hi, I'm Allison, and welcome to my channel. Please, would you tap the like button and subscribe to my channel if you get something out of this today? I would really appreciate it. So in talking about gratitude, what is important to acknowledge, first of all, is I don't think any of us are ever grateful for bad things, okay? Nobody says, gee, I'm really glad my car got stolen. Or I'm really glad they fired me from my job. Or I'm really glad that my spouse left me for someone else, okay? That's not really a thing. Nobody really feels grateful for that, okay? But it's about having perspective. It's about bringing balance into your perspective, okay? It's about bringing balance in there. And so what I mean by that is, okay, over here we have the bad thing, okay? Let's say the bad thing is losing your job, okay? Well, that's a bad thing. First of all, you don't have an income now, and maybe that's really important. And maybe you loved your job. Maybe you like the people at your job. There's a lot of reasons why that would be painful, okay? But in the face of that, if you allow yourself to be consumed by the loss, then it's going to drag you even further down, okay? You're going to go to a dark place where it's going to be hard to come back from. Now, if you balance that in your thinking with, yes, I lost my job, okay, but I still have my family, or I have people that care about me. Now I can actually maybe do what I really want to do instead of doing a job maybe I didn't like so much. Maybe there's a better opportunity out there for me. That'd be a good time in being grateful for your health. Maybe you lost your job, but maybe you feel good. You're healthy. You're taking care of yourself. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for any of the small things that you can on every single day. And I can tell you that I don't care what anyone is going through in their life. Okay? Maybe there's a few exceptions worldwide, okay? But for the most part, people that are going through hard stuff always have something to be grateful for. Okay? They always have something to be grateful for. Maybe everything's going wrong in their life, but they have a tremendous faith in God. Maybe religion is really important, or spirituality to them. Maybe that's the good thing they have to be grateful for. So the point is, everybody has something. Okay? And it's about bringing balance into your life. Okay? You have to balance the bad with the good. And so what gratitude does is it allows you to tip those scales so that each time, life is about loss. There's absolutely no denying it. Life is about loss. So this allows you to tip the scales so that every time you have a loss of some kind, you have maybe 5 things, maybe 10 things, maybe more that you can go, oh, but these are good. This is good over here. And that's what it's really about. So when I was growing up, I grew up in a family that was not very grateful. I did not grow up with people talking about gratitude at all. And yet, what's amazing is I had a lot to be grateful for growing up. I didn't grow up poor. I didn't grow up disadvantaged. I had a good education. Did I have losses in my life? Absolutely. My father was killed in a helicopter crash when I was 10 years old. I was very close to my father. That was a huge loss. But I still had a roof over my head. I still had a parent who loved me. I still had other people who cared about me. So the point is, I wasn't thinking about gratitude in those days, but now I can look back on it and see that even with a big loss, I had something to be grateful for. I had a lot to be grateful for. I mean, one of the earliest things in my life I had to be grateful for was the fact that I almost died when I was an infant, and I actually had last rites performed. I coded. They had to resuscitate me. I basically could have died at, almost a year old, but I'm still here. Okay, that's a huge thing to be grateful for right now. So the point is, we all have something to be grateful for. And in my own life, it was a slow journey to gratitude, let me tell you. Very slow journey. I went through probably my teens, my 20s, probably even most of my 30s without feeling that grateful for things. And I regret that, actually. I do. I regret that I spent so much time not appreciating enough about what was going right in my life. I only focused on what was not going right in my life. So about 10 years ago, I started working on various aspects of myself, in the sense of I started meditating, I started thinking about mindfulness and being aware of things. And in the course of that, I incorporated gratitude. So what I started doing was that every day before I went to bed, I would take a little notebook, one of those little purse-sized spiral things, and I would write down at least 3 things every day that I was grateful for. It could be more, but it had to be at least 3. And when I first started it, I thought, I'm going to have trouble with this. Like, what if I can't think of 3 things? Because remember, I had not built this practice in my life of being grateful before that. So I started it. I did this for 6 months, 8 months, something like that. And then I stopped having to write it in the little notebook because it became just automatic. I would think of the gratitudes before I went to sleep at night. And that's actually a great time to do it. Think of the gratitudes before you go to sleep. So I had no trouble coming up with 3 things every day. At least 3 things. Sometimes there were 10 things just in that day that I was grateful for. And even if it was a bad day, I always had something to be grateful for. That's what taught me the value of this. Because building gratitude is like building a muscle. It's like you have to go to the gym and build muscles, and you have to go to the mental gym of gratitude and build gratitude. And what that does is, if you do it on a daily basis for months at a time, it builds that muscle. And now gratitude just becomes an automatic part of your thinking process. Okay? It's part of your mental state. It's there. And I've not had to struggle with that ever since then. Even when I went through bad times, illness, other issues that happened in my life, losses that I've had in the last 10 years, never had to worry about coming up with things to be grateful for. It was just automatic because I built the muscle. I built the muscle. And so that is what is very important about gratitude. And now when I go to sleep every night, you know what I say right before I go to sleep? I go, thank you for my warm bed and the roof over my head. Because you know what? No matter what else is going on, that's 2 very important things that I have that many people in this world don't have. So that's huge. That's huge. So please build your gratitude muscle, and trust me, you will never regret it, because it will serve you in times of loss and need. It will serve you when you get sick. It will serve you when you go through difficult things. And as long as you remember that you always have something to be grateful for, you will be better off. Your mental state will be better off. Your mood will be better off. All of those things will happen for you. So until next video, be grateful and keep moving forward. Take care. Bye.